Howdy do, fella kids. It is the professional Dillweed here, and welcome back to another video. And today I am riding the 2021 Honda Rebel 500. As some of you know, I actually had a Honda Rebel 300 as my first bike, but I have never ridden the 500. So I figured I would ride the 500 because actually Honda is coming out with the Honda Rebel 1100. So, you know, I might as well get the entire lineup. And I borrowed this here Honda Rebel 500 from Freedom Power Sports up here in Canton, Georgia. They are your go-to dealership for just about anything. They have some really nice people and they have a really nice inventory, including this here Rebel 500. So if you guys are in the area, or if you're not, be sure you come check them out. And be sure to tell them I sent you. And for the 2020 model year, yes, I know this is a 21, but for the 2020, they got a nice fresh update where they've replaced all of the lights with LEDs. And you got a little bit of a nicer gauge cluster. But other than that, they are the same. But you do get a few more nicer color options, like this matte navy blue. And I really dig it, actually. Back in 2017, which is what my model year was, only came in just a couple of colors. But if you got the ABS model of the Honda Rebel back in 2017, you could get it in any color you wanted, as long as it was black. So obviously that's the color I went with because I didn't have much of an option. And for the non-ABS models, you could get other colors, but the only thing that changed was the color of the tank, while the rear fender was still black. I didn't know their decision making there, but here you actually have matching tank and fender. And I also do like the new LED headlight they threw on there. I put on an LED light on mine back whenever I had it. I had a halo light, and man, it was really cool. But then again, I only had that bike for about 3 months before I got bored because mine was just a 300. All right, so I'm going to stop yammering about my bike, and we're going to get on this one. So with that being said, let's get on this thing, and let's get her cranked up. All right, we're going to take a look, make sure no one's flying through here at Mach 5, and it looks like we're good. Did I just feel a sprinkle? That's not good. Oh, I see there are sprinkles coming down on that puddle. I think it should stop here soon. What a better time to test a bike than in the rain, right? I think that's what they say. Hello there, Mr. Police Officer. Please don't look over at me, for I do not have a plate. It's definitely got more pep to it than the 300, which makes sense. Because, well, as far as specs go, this has a 471 parallel twin engine. I can't think of the exact horsepower figures, but, well, here it is. You might think it's a little weird that it it's a 471 when they advertise it as a 500, but when in reality they do the exact same thing with the 300. The 300 is actually a 286. At the same time, who hasn't rounded up the size of something at least at one point in their life, right? Is that just me? This is such a comfortable bike to ride, and it has plenty of power to be fun. And I feel like if I went straight for the 500 for my first bike, I definitely would have held onto it longer. I mean, whenever I was buying my first bike, I saw the price difference, which isn't even that much different. I just saw a larger figure, and I was like, big figure scary. So I went for the 300, which technically in the long run cost me more money, because within about 3 months I was like, I don't think 280 cc's is enough. I think I should upgrade. So I just went for a small upgrade, and I got a 1000, because isn't that the most logical thing to do? Sure, to some people, a 471cc parallel twin engine, it doesn't sound like it would be all too quick. And well, it's definitely not as fast as some of those super bikes, but it certainly gets up and goes for the size of it. It has enough power to do the speed of traffic, if not more than it. And over here on the interstate, it's awesome. I mean, maybe I'm just more comfortable with the Rebel layout because, well, I spent about 4,000 miles on one. Like, I was able to ride mine for a long period of time. Hello there, police officer. And I didn't get, like, too terribly uncomfortable. Like, I took mine, like, on 100-mile road trips, and I never got too tired of it. I wanted to put a small little windscreen on it because you have zero wind protection. Putting a windscreen on one of these, I didn't like the way it looked, so I never did. So I just suffered. But I'm cruising along doing about 75 miles an hour now, and it's stable, which is something you can't say about a lot of the entry-level motorcycles. You get up to about 75, and it starts to get just a little sketchy. Because a lot of the times with those entry-level motorcycles, you can start to tell it's starting to ride the struggle bus. But even at 70, you can punch it, and it'll accelerate just fine. And this is a really good bike to get the feel of motorcycles. It is very forgiving, even the 500 variant of the Honda Rebel, and it is very predictable. Like, yeah, you know what it's going to do. It's not going to get away from you. It's a very fun bike. You don't have to worry about it getting away from you. And something else with the 300 is that whenever you look at it, I mean, you can see so much space, like under the bike itself, like right here where the engine is, like that is just a constant reminder that you got the smaller displacement. And obviously having the 500, it fills up that entire frame area quite well, and it doesn't look like you're missing something. I guess a quick brake check. The brakes work pretty well, actually. Just having one disc here in the front. Sorry, I was distracted by just how cool that guy is. And these are certainly a bike that is very easily customizable. Like, there are so many things you can do to these. And now you can't get one from the factory with a passenger seat, but you can get a passenger seat. Now, you can't get one from the factory with bags on the side, but you can get bags for the side. I mean, it is such a customizable bike. It looks like somebody got a driving award, but it is certainly a bike that you can make your own. And I have found that these bikes look best with white wall tires. Is that just me? Like I was talking about, you can see just how well the 500 fills out this engine space. But then the 300 stops like here-ish. So then you got a big old empty gap right there. And it just doesn't really look all too good. If I was to recommend a first bike between this and the 300, I would say if you have deep enough pockets, and they don't have to be too much terribly deeper than if you were just going to get a 300. But if I was to choose between the Rebels, again, having had ridden both, because obviously when I first bought mine, the dealership was just like, no, you can't ride it, are you stupid? But if I was able to ride either or, I would have chose this. And it is certainly the best Rebel that's out currently. Once that 1100 comes out, oh man. But they're not even expected to get the 1100 until either December of this year or early 2022. But I certainly look forward to it. So with that being said, if you guys have any suggestions as to what you want to see me ride next, be sure you leave a comment below and I will try my best to get my hands on one. And with that being said, that is when I'm going to start wrapping up today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure you show some support by dropping a like. If you're new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button. And most importantly, be sure you hit that booty. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.